Hello and welcome back once more to Western Washington history. Today we will discuss the beginning of the town of Edgewood. Edgewood is located just north of Puyallup and is known to some as North Hill. The land was once occupied by the Puyallup tribe who fished the Puyallup River and other streams as well as hunted in the area. After the Treaty of Medicine Creek was signed in 1854, most of the natives moved to the Puyallup Reservation. In 1857, the United States Congress gave money for a military road to be built from Fort Steilacoom to Fort Bellingham. I like to think of this as Military Road Number 2. Military Road Number 2 was opened in 1860 and ran near the current town of Edgewood before turning north towards Seattle. We will be making a video on Military Road 2 and Military Road 1 sometime in the near future. The Homestead Act of 1862 allowed settlers to claim land in the area. A telegraph line was built following Military Road, reaching Seattle in 1864. William Benston is the first one on record to file a homestead claim near the present town of Edgewood. He filed in 1873. His claim was for a little over 100 acres. The Northern Pacific Railroad also claimed a lot of land in the area. The town plat of Edgewood was first filed in 1883. In 1891, School District Number 27 was formed and operated from a one-room log schoolhouse. That schoolhouse was on the homestead of William G. Morse and his family. The Morse family had a 160-acre claim which included a lake called Morse Lake. Now it is known as Surprise Lake. Miss Morse is credited with naming Edgewood after her hometown of Edgewood, Maryland. A post office was established in Edgewood in 1894, but then was closed in 1903. In 1900, Edgewood got the telephone line brought to their town. A man who helped make the telephone a reality in Edgewood was Peter Nyholm. Peter and family had recently moved to a 40-acre claim from Tacoma. In Tacoma, Peter worked as a stonemason building the Pierce County Courthouse, although he was a carpenter. Peter worked to clear his land at what now would be the intersection of Jovita Boulevard and Meridian Avenue. He built a 4-story water-pumping windmill there in 1902. Some say it was from a kit that he ordered out of a catalog. The top floor was a giant water tank. The second floor was a workshop where he made carvings. The windmill continued to pump water until 1980, and in 1980 the windmill was moved next to the fire station, and it can be seen today. In 2016, the Nyholm house was moved to Jovita Boulevard, where it can be seen. In 1900, the Phillies family gave a half-acre of land for the Edgewood Grange Hall number 266 at 1806 Meridian Avenue East. The Grange Hall was built in 1909. The building was moved in 1944 to create better parking, and it was sat on top of a concrete basement at that time. The Seattle-Tacoma Interurban Railway opened Edgewood service in 1902, which brought more settlers to the area. The railway ran for 38 miles between Tacoma and Seattle. When the railroad got to Edgewood, there were steep hills and canyons that had to be tamed. A tunnel was dug out at Stewart's Point and Geneva Canyon, connecting Old Military Road Number 2 with Pacific Highway. The tunnel was said to be between 175 and 200 feet long. 3 rail stations were established: Edgewood at Military Road Number 2, Jovita, and one in Pacific called the Bluffs. The rail line ran until 1928, and in 1980 the tunnel was demolished. In 1903, the state spiritualist camp, Camp Edgewood, was built at Surprise Lake. Camp Edgewood built a hotel at their summer camp in 1927 and 28, and in 1948 Camp Edgewood Hotel was nearly destroyed by a fire. Camp Edgewood is still going to this day. Mountain View Lutheran Church had organized earlier, but built their first church in 1909. In 1912, a tower and bell were added. They rebuilt their chapel in 1926, but saved the bell tower to be part of the new church. The present Mountain View Lutheran Church Sanctuary was built in 1965 next to the old chapel and can be seen at 3505 122nd Avenue East. The old North Edgewood School started hosting Edgewood Sunday School in 1910 until 1929, when it moved into the Grange building. The Edgewood Community Church was built next to the Grange in 1944. The church merged with Valley Bible in 2008 and became known as Edgewood Bible Church. In 1920, the school district bought land at 35905 16th Avenue South. The school was renamed Harding School 2 years later in honor of then President Warren Harding. By 1929, the Harding School was closed and 5 districts were combined to create School District 210. In 1936, districts were consolidated once again and the Edgemont School District was created. In 1963, the Edgewood Square Shopping Center was built, and Edgewood got a Piggly Wiggly grocery store. A special election was held to incorporate the town as an actual city in 1995. It was a pretty close vote with 1,898 for incorporation and 1,691 against it. So in 1996, the city of Edgewood was officially incorporated. This, of course, is not all of the history of Edgewood, just a beginning, a point to begin other tales from. I hope we can dig deeper into some of the historic events of this town in the future. Until then, thank you for joining us for some Western Washington history, and remember, what you do today will be history tomorrow, so leave a memory you can be proud of.